We're just a couple of months away from the release of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and needless to say the hype train is in full gear. But there's been one burning question about the game on everybody's minds. Who is Venom? Insomniac have been very coy about the identity of their universe's Venom, with the only confirmed information being that, despite the fact that he exists in this universe, it's not Eddie Brock. Now, the obvious answer which most people seem to subscribe to is that it's Harry Osborn. Based on the first game's post-credit scene, and the prominent role in the game he's taking, judging from the most recent trailer, it's very clear Insomniac want us to believe Harry is going to be Venom in the game, which is one of the reasons I think he isn't. Insomniac aren't the type of developer to lay all their cards out on the table before release. Doc Ock served as the main antagonist of the original game, and he was completely hidden in all marketing pre-release. From the sequel's marketing, Kraven and Venom have been set up as the main antagonists of the game, with the Lizard in a secondary antagonist role. So if Insomniac want to surprise us, and judging from previous experience they do, there needs to be some element of the story hidden from us. But let's say Venom is Harry in the game. Why not just tell us that? Why tease something that has been widely assumed from the very beginning? If it is Harry, that's not going to surprise anybody, so why act like it's supposed to? So if not Harry, then who? Well, I think there's one clear answer for who could take on the symbiote in the game. Norman Osborn. In pretty much every version of the Black Suit storyline, Venom is the result of the symbiote attaching to somebody with a grudge against Peter Parker or Spider-Man, and seeking revenge. Harry has no apparent motivation to go after Spider-Man, but Norman does, with Spidey being at least partly responsible for tanking his political career and forcing him to resign as mayor. In this screenshot from the most recent trailer, you can see Norman wearing black as opposed to his trademark green from the first game, and his hair seems a few shades darker. And if you think back to the first game's post-credit scene, the symbiote even reaches out for Norman. So this may very well have been a twist Insomniac has been planning since all the way back then. There's even precedence for Norman Osborn using a symbiote in the comics, with him currently hosting the Carnage symbiote as the Red Goblin. It would certainly be unexpected. Obviously, the assumption is that Norman will become the Green Goblin at some stage and serve as the main antagonist in the third game. But I think this game will see Norman's descent into villainy, with his death at the game's climax leading to Harry becoming the Green Goblin in the third game. There is one major caveat, I feel, to having Norman Osborn take on the symbiote in the game, and that's regarding Venom as a playable character. Just like Eddie Brock in the comics, I think Harry's Venom could take a turn from villain to anti-hero. Norman, on the other hand, is a villain through and through. So I just don't see Venom being playable, at least outside of a couple of scripted sequences, if it's Norman at the reins. From the gameplay we've seen, there are a wide variety of symbiote powers and abilities for Peter to use, which I would imagine will even have their own upgrade tree. Given that the story is tackling the negative effects of the symbiote on Peter, it's pretty much guaranteed that he's going to ditch the Black Suit at some point. So having Venom as a playable character allows us to continue using symbiote powers, with those upgrades carrying over. The symbiote abilities are a selling point of the game, and I can't imagine Insomniac deciding to strip the player of several gameplay mechanics after a certain point in the story. Regardless, I still think Norman Osborn is Venom in Spider-Man 2, but I'd love to hear your theories. Do you think it could be Norman? Or is Insomniac hiding another character in the game? Maybe Carnage? Or maybe Norman does become Green Goblin by the end? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.